I knew this video would be going on very long, but I do intend on making this the finale, so I hope you sit tight with me. Wrapping things up. AG, I never knew how to pronounce his first name, so I'm sorry if I slaughter it. Eiji Aonuma, director and producer of Nintendo Corporation and series producer of the Legend of Zelda series. Whoopsies. This year we've been able to welcome the 25th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda, and it's all thanks to you. We launched a number of campaigns to show our appreciation for the fan support the series has received, including holding a symphony orchestra concert in 3 major cities around the world and distributing Four Swords Anniversary Edition for free via DSiWare. This is what was going on at the time. After all this, I found myself wondering whether there wasn't anything left over that we would be able to complete into a book. That's how The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia came to be. If I may take a break from this goosebump-inducing letter, like the Miyamoto was in the beginning, was in the beginning. I really want to see the Symphony of the Goddesses Zelda Orchestra. I really want to see them. They did do shows a couple years after 2011, but I haven't heard anything from them recently. I really want to see them. Club Nintendo is even offering discounts for Club Nintendo owners, but every time they were in New York, I couldn't go. And I was so mad because they were in Nintendo World once. I could have went there. I don't live that far from New York City. I could have drove up there, but I wanted to see it. I would have made the trip. I would have made the trip all the way to the city to see them. I would have. Oh, I was so pissed. My friend got to see him. Oh man, I was so mad at him for not telling me about it. But you know, whatever, it wasn't his fault, so he didn't know. I just wanted to say that. I have the soundtrack that came with Skyward Sword of that orchestra. Oh, they do such a beautiful job, and I haven't seen a symphony orchestra live before, and I thought that would have been a great way to introduce me to them. Oh well. The book is divided into 4 sections. The first section, The Legend that Begins, tells the story of Skyward Sword, the latest entry in the series. The second, The History of Hyrule, is organized chronologically according to the eras of the Zelda series. The third is known as Creative Footprints, where we introduce artwork from the games including rough sketches from past releases. Finally, the fourth section appears as a special comic from comic book queens Akira Himikawa. Again, if I butcher that, I'm sorry. Creative Footprints contains a large amount of material that has never before left the halls of Nintendo. In order to help us complete this section, staff members were kind enough to go hunting through stacks of ancient documents and experience akin to losing themselves in the depths of a dungeon. That's clever. Let's see. The Hyrule Historia allows players to determine where each Zelda game is positioned in the chronology of the series. One thing to bear... Here, I'll get that picture. Yeah, you guys want to see that. Look at that guy. He's so happy he gets to work on one of the best gaming series ever. Let's see. One thing to bear in mind, however, is that the question developers of the Legend of Zelda series asked themselves before starting on the game was, what kind of gameplay should we focus on, rather than what kind of story should we write? For example, the theme of Ocarina of Time, the first Zelda game I was involved with, was what kind of responsive gameplay will we be able to create in a 3D environment? The theme of Phantom Hourglass, which I helped develop for the Nintendo DS, was how can we make a game comfortable to control using the stylus? Lastly, the theme we can use with the Wii Remote Plus to allow players to freely manipulate the sword. Here is Anuma's Hyrule History. I'll zoom out, try to get as much as possible, like so. If you want to pause and try to read that, it looks pretty legible from my recording screen. Usually what comes up on YouTube tends to look up fine when I record this. So yeah, that's that. Because the games were developed in such a manner, it could be said that the Zelda storylines were afterthoughts. As a result, I feel even the story of The Legend of Zelda Begins in Skyward Sword was something that simply came about by chance. Flipping through the pages of the Hyrule Historia, you may even find a few inconsistencies. However, peoples such as the Magma Tribe and items as the beetle that appear in Skyward Sword may show up again in other eras. Thus, it is my hope that the fans will be broad-minded enough to take into consideration that this is simply how Zelda is made. Sorry, Aonuma, it didn't work out that way. Everyone just whines and moans and hates the timeline. I still think that's bogus, but you know. If you disagree with me, fine. I just think that I understand why you'd think otherwise, but I think it's just so bogus. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world where people have to argue that the timeline Nintendo gave them is wrong. That's like that. It's like if I wrote a book about how to fly. No human being can fly, but let's say I find out how to fly, and I wrote a book about how to fly. They'll say no. You can't do that. And I say, but I created the methods of how a human being can fly. And they'll say, no, you didn't. Well, yeah, you did, but we disagree with how you wrote it down. Shut up. I'm sorry. And I know I'm gonna get that argument. You're just a stupid fanboy. Look, I am willing to. I'm gonna say the timeline is not perfect, but I think it's stupid that people have to judge the creators of the game for working hard to give you something you've been asking for 25 years. And now that you get it, well, not 25, but now that you get it, you have to complain. Especially as timeline theorists, they complained the most because they were angry because it wasn't their ideas. And you know, honestly, that's just dumb. I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult anyone. I don't want to insult anyone. You are all good people. If you play Zelda games, you're a friend of mine. But you know what? Just live with it. If you don't like the timeline, just live with it. Come on, look at the Kingdom Hearts franchise, which I'm also a fan of. They have the hardest time ever with the timeline, and they had official timeline from the start. It's like, please, shut up. That's what I'm ending there. I may be exaggerating a little, but I feel like developing a large-scale video game is like The Legend of Zelda is similar to setting out on a voyage across the ocean in the distant past. I've said that each installment of the series has a theme. For me, that involves coming up with a system that I've not yet had the opportunity to explore. It's similar to seeking a new continent that no one on Earth has ever visited before. We set out from the harbor without a single sea chart. We start out not knowing what direction we're headed in, and the small crew argues back and forth about where to go and what to do. Sometimes we find ourselves adrift. Other times we buffeted by storms and ended up becoming shipwrecked. Still others, we cry that we've discovered new land, but when we make for shore, we ended up at a loss when we find that it was nothing but a tiny barren island. However, we never remain in the same place for long, and as long as we keep moving forward, we eventually catch sight of the new continent we've been seeking just beyond the horizon. The crew gets bigger, and we all band together to make a push for the new world. It's a lot of fun, enough to make me completely forget about the times that I felt like abandoning ship when storms crashed down around us. If we manage to make it safely to the opposite scrolling game, the feedback includes both praise and criticism. However, the voices of the fans provide us with energy for our next voyage. To be honest with you, the new voyage has already begun. I extend my sincerest gratitude and appreciation for your continued support of The Legend of Zelda. Never stop playing Zelda. Eiji Aonuma. Yeah, he's a good guy. Uh-oh. I didn't read this part. That was a weird coincidence how it actually worked out there. Opposite shore. That is really weird. Whatever. I'll just read this separately. I'm sorry. Then I know from the fans around every world would enjoy what I've achieved. That's the greatest gratification of making Zelda. With the completion of Skyward Sword in time for Zelda's 25th anniversary, our long voyage is only just now complete. We are starting to hear feedback from people all over the world who have been kind enough to play our games. Stop. This is the back of the manga section. The comic is translated in English but arranged in a right-to-left reading format to maintain the artwork's visual orientation. It is originally drawn and published in Japan. If you've never read comics this way before, take a look at the diagram below to give yourself an idea of how to go about it. You'll start in the upper right-hand corner, and you will read each word balloon in the panel moving left to right. This may make it a little getting used to, but you should get the hang of it very quickly. Have fun, and if this is the millionth manga you read this way, never mind. I legitimately find that funny. Yes, there's this. This is how this is. This is a page in the manga, so I'm not gonna read it. But if you have never, I've read Japanese comics before, or manga, or manga. I know a lot of people argue about how to pronounce that. I'm not that into manga. I'm really more of a American comic kind of guy, like my superheroes and whatnot. But my action comics, But I do really respect what mangas do, and I do read a couple because I find them interesting. You know, different sources of something I like. You know, it's like reading different genres of a book. But anyway, let's start here. Here, I'll read the back first. The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. The Legend of Zelda franchise has set the industry standard for riveting gameplay and immersive storylines. With each game, players have discovered a story of destinies intertwined and heroes emerging from humble beginnings to overcome the most impossible of odds. Now, Dark Horse Books and Nintendo invite you to take an in-depth look at a creation of one of the most beloved gaming franchises of all time, containing never-before-seen concept art, character designs, the official chronology of the games, and the history of Hyrule and much more. The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia brings an unprecedented look into the making of the Legend of Zelda series. And they even give you your own, they even give you the, whoever lucky enough to buy this barcode, they give you the websites, you know, all the fancy stuff. And yeah. Yeah, this is the same thing right here. So let's begin. The Legend is Born, an exclusive Zelda comic for the 25th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series. Special 32-page bonus, manga by Akira Hamikawa. The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, 2011 Nintendo. Message from Akira Hamikawa. Just want to make this clear. This time, you can leave if you want now. The book's pretty much done. This is a separate bonus thing, but if you're willing to stay with me for extra time, because I know I'm asking for a lot in this video compared to my other ones, I just want to finish this today because I really wanted to finish it before spring break ends, and that today's the last day of spring break, conveniently. I did not read this in my first playthrough. My first read-through last year. But I'm reading this now because I figured everyone owns this book by now. And everyone should own this book by now. I stressed that last time I read it. Every Zelda game should own this book. Zelda fan should own this book. I really feel that. It's a great book. And it's not only great for reading, but it's great for reference. It is a Zelda Bible. That's what I call it sometimes. And sometimes it's like a textbook too. Sometimes if you think of it that way, I really think it's a missed opportunity if you don't own this book. And I see it in comic book stores all the time. I see it in bookstores sometimes. You can get it online really easily, and now it's available on the Wii U if you buy the Zelda bundle, or if you do what I did and just go on eBay and buy it, the slip, the download redemption code, because it's the only way to get it on your Wii U. That being said, I just want to let you know I did not read this last one. This is the first time ever reading this with you, so I hope you enjoy. Congratulations on the 25th anniversary of the birth of The Legend of Zelda, and congratulations also on the eagerly anticipated release of the latest in the series, Skyward Sword. We have been given the task of creating comic versions of Zelda games since 1999. We're thankful that many people enjoy the manga as much as the games. We've been able to produce multiple volumes, and in 2010 we were chosen for readers for a manga award in Germany. Thank you kindly. So it's been 12 years since the last drew a grown-up Link in a manga, huh? We really racked our brains even more than we usually do for the comic versions. Trying to come up with something that was worthy of the 25th anniversary and connected to Skyward Sword, but would be all settled in the 32 pages, we think it turned out to be a special short piece that concludes the very first Zelda tale. Ever since Nintendo first started making video games, they've birthed a lot of games and fans, but we feel that Zelda in particular is a rare game series that has tons of fans across the world who love it passionately. We created this manga with all those many adoring Zelda fans in mind. We hope you enjoy it. Akira Hamikawa is a synonym or unit name of the female manga artist pair A. Honda and S. Nagano, self-portraits below. They debuted the Weekly Shonen Sunday in 1991. In 1999, they began serializing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time in Shogaku Gonnensai, 5th grade students, and Shogaku Rokunensai, 6th grade student. 10 volumes of their Legend of Zelda manga have been published by Shogakukan. Shokukan, whatever. I show how white I am. I show how white I am. The web says, "Hooray! Yay! Hey, look at that! It's a crimson Loftwing. A red bird! A Loftwing flying through the sky. Comic based on the video game Legends of Skyward Sword. Keys, Connecticut, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. Free! How nice it must be to fly through the great blue sky. But I can't get up there. Why do I feel this when I look up at that bird? Yeah, I'm right. Far beneath Skyloft, the city in the sky, where young Link now stands, under the thick sea of clouds, people once lived on the world below. Back when it was still called the land of Hylia, a dark age was brewing, shrouded in fear and betrayal. Whatever. I'm not doing the sound effects. Make them in your mind. Oh no! What's going on? Link! Link the hero. Man, he's a skinny dude. I'm Link. I am not going to take this seriously. I'm sorry if you wanted me to be more dramatic and have voice actors. I'm not going to do that. I'm not professional. You know that by now. Lord de Gaia, the man who framed you, has been killed by the Demon King. Please come out in the light of day. The Demon King's army will soon be upon us. It was you, my own people, who said you had no need for a powerful hero. And now it's convenient. And now that it's convenient for you, you want me to fight? What's more, my sword broken? I can't even run anymore. Our little misunderstanding has been resolved. Your premonition of danger was correct. We all understand that now. You're the only one who can drive off the Demon King and protect Hylia. Your weapon. Orville has tended it these past 4 years. Link, our hero. It is my honor to present to you this blade to you. And here I thought that I would be able to sleep in peace. But if you wish to wake the lion, then give him fangs. This scarf here, I know this is a very little stupid thing to go off on, but this actually gave people theories. Remember way back in the day about Hyrule Warriors? Hyrule Warriors had people like to talk about where the timelines came on, even though they said it's not canon. I gave my little 2 bits in where I think it should go, but this scarf here alone gave people theories that this is where this was supposed to be before Skyward Sword, or during Skyward Sword, or after Skyward Sword, whatever, around there in the timeline, because Link's wearing a blue scarf there, even though this one's wearing a red. I just thought it'd be something cool to point out. I know it doesn't really matter that much. And here's people congratulating Link. Basically, Link had people thought he was crazy and evil. You know, it happens a lot all the time with heroes that they think they're crazy or evil, and they lock them up because they think they're dangerous. But then when they need them, you know, oh, we change our minds. You know, please save us. It's that kind of story. My dear land of Hylia, though people's hearts may change with time, the land's beauty, pride, and purity never change. If you had need of me, then I will forever fight to defend you. Let us fight together, children of Hylia. Hey, what's that? A bird. It's coming this way. It's Superman. It's a demon. A demon coming to attack us. Fire arrows. Dude. Stop it. Stop it. And for some reason it's in black and white now. Wait, hold your fire. There's someone on it. I am the white goddess Hylia. That looks suspiciously a lot like Zelda from the Skyward Sword. Goddess? It's Hylia's guardian goddess. Our search is in vain, Hylia. They are so fearful that they cannot tell gods from demons. That is how useless these humans are. It's weird that Love's twins can talk. The one I seek will not be found here in this lower world. Someone able to fight the Demon King with me. Someone worthy to be my rider. Useless? If you seek souls to fight alongside you, we are here, Loftwing. We will defeat the Demon King. It's so weird to see Link talk. Link, the knight of the land of Hylia. Oh, and who might you be? Link, a knight of the land of Hylia. Humans may look small in the eyes of a god, but there are those among us who have the courage to fight. If this is so, then show me how much a human is worth. The fearsome Demon King will soon raise the surface world with the fires of destruction. I cannot stand aside while my land and people fall to ruin. My people, you can escape to the sky. The Loftwing will show you the way. And yeah, ready to fight. To the sky? We aren't birds, and the Loftwing has already left us. The Master Sword, a blade that repels evil, will sunder the earth, and act as a pillar to support the land as it floats to the sky. And yet, it was created by the gods, meant for our use alone. In order to expert its power on the surface world, it must be reforged by human hands. And then she gives it the link there. Goddess, I was imprisoned for a long time, and my honor tarnished. I couldn't possibly lay hands on the sacred sword. This blade knows whether or not you are tarnished, Link. Do you intend to take revenge on the kingdom that held you in contempt? Oh, or will you save it from doom? Good question. Regardless of whether you are humans or gods, all of you seek my answer. Truly, you lies me when you use me whenever it suits you. But right now, it goes without saying, my spirit will always stand with my friends. Stoke the fires. With goddess strength we shall take to the sky. The Master Sword was broken by the hands of the hero, melted down to scarring flames, beaten and reborn from suffering. Meanwhile, the goddess was desperately trying to hold back an untold evil. This time, I will rule everything. Once the legacy of the gods is mine. Wicked desire assaulted the world's surface, staining it the color of obsidian. And the mountains and the plains and all that flowed pure on the earth was ruthlessly scored by fire. Ooh, it looks bad. It's the end of the world. O goddess, will you not come to our aid? Someone will save us. The gods will not forsake us in our time of need. And there's where Link's like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm a hero. I can do this. Man. Your prayers from afar won't vanquish these demons. Creatures of the world below, servants of the goddess. The humans are at war. You will go to their aid. Your help. Over the course of 7 days and 7 nights, the goddess's army fought valiantly against the army of the Demon King. Vast numbers of humans were slaughtered, but few though they were, courageous people continued to fight, their resolve unwavering. And that's when the Loftwing comes back. What's wrong, coward? You are nothing without your goddess? Weep, howl, turn and flee. Cast off your armor and kneel before me, and I may grant you the honor of serving us. Or would you rather these claws rend you asunder? I'm not afraid to die, but before I do, I will defeat you. Hiya, foolish worm! And then cool thing happens. The Loftwing, climb atop my back. The Loftwing. You mean you'll take me as your rider? I have kept a close eye on your battle. You shall fight together for eternity, until Epona shows up. Loftwing, will you show our people to the skies? I will ask your guidance. As long as you will fly with me henceforth. Yes, I swear it. At that moment, as though offering a blessing, 3 dragons appeared and circled the two. This symbol, what? The legacy of the gods dwells within the Master Sword. Hero, present thy sword before the goddess. Loftwing, will you show our people to the skies? I ask your guidance. As long as you will fly with me henceforth. Yes. Wait, what the hell? Oh, there we go. My country, my beloved people of Hylia, my humans, live and bear descendants where the hands of the wicked cannot reach, and beyond the great sea of the clouds, at the highest sky limits of the sky. And there, guard the legacy of the gods, the Triforce from the wicked. With a single swing of the sword, the goddess Hylia rents the earth. Okay. I don't know what that means, but we're taking to the sky. Gather at the castle. So they do that. This is a cool drawing. The Master Sword like that over here. The sword! Link, the sword! Take it! If you tarry, you'll be left behind. Hurry! I know I read that out of order, so don't yell at me. And then, long live the beautiful land of Hylia. And the Master Sword is about to go to rest. The Master Sword has become a pillar between heaven and earth. Guided by the Loftwing, it rises to the heavens. And then there's Skyloft lifting up. Link, jump into the light, please. What are you doing? Hurry! Oh, man. May you thrive, my comrades. I pray for your happiness with all my heart. In truth, I wanted to take to the skies with you, but my body is heavy. It feels as though I am stuck to the ground. I can't move. Curses. Loftwing, I'm sorry I couldn't keep my promise, but Crimson Bird, I hope that you can somehow grant my final wish. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt anymore. My spirit will always be with you. Where have you hidden the golden triangles? They have gone to a place which in which you will never reach, a sacred place that evil will never ever violate, until Skyward Sword happens. They will be protected by my devoted people. They rest in the hands of humans? Curse you, goddess. Do not think that this ends here. The absolute power will be mine. And when the day comes, the demon tribe will rule over the world as kings. And they've been trying to do that ever since. Let me see if I got everything right. Alright. It's kind of hard to do when you scroll in this fashion. Link. Your imprisonment was willed by the heavens. It was meant to make you strong, like the sword hammered and honed, so that you will never break. It was necessary to transform you into the one fit to wield the Master Sword. The sword was tempered by your spirit. You woke it, and will serve as your master for all eternity. This is because you deeply love the land of Hylia and all of its people, as I do. But because of this, your life has been full of suffering. I have watched you and felt your pain like a knife through my body. I will ensure you that your gentle, heroic spirit will live on eternally, and I shall shed my divinity for the next time we meet. I wish to stand before you as a simple human. Skyward Sword prequel right here. Whenever the land of Hylia is in danger, we shall be reborn. And so, thousands of years later, the lesson here is that we must be faithful to her teaching, such was the goddess's benevolence. Link, I wouldn't say I'm especially bored, but ever since I was a little, I've always found myself looking up at the sky. Why is that? What the? That red bird. It's coming this way. Yep, and he does that. I have long awaited this moment. For some reason, that's what I felt the red Loftwing's eyes were saying to me. Allow me to guide you through this tale. It was written on the heart of a young boy, as fresh as parchment. A story that weaves destinies and spans eternity. Though we have been parted by time and distance, my spirit will always be with you. The end. How very nice. And what a very nice ending to our book. See, we get to start the end this time. Alright, I know I've been keeping you guys for a while. In fact, I'm going to make this a two-parter. Thank you guys for joining me again. It was really nice to reread this book. It refreshed a lot of things. I got to say other things I didn't say last time. I got to add things that happened through the past year that I read the hard copy. Get this book. Whether this digital version or the hard copy, preferably the hard copy, get this book. And it's really nice. It's really nice to have. I think Nintendo should do more stuff like this. Overall, I had a lot of fun reading this again. I'm thinking about doing this next year, maybe with both versions together, to update another year of Zelda releases. I don't know. I doubt I'm gonna do that, but it is in my head right now. And if you guys want to encourage me to do that, that'd be great. But yeah, guys, for the last time of this series, as far as I know right now, thank you all so much for watching. I've been Billy, your video game analyzer. Have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time.